Hello Internet! My name's Dark Arts, and today we are playing Royal Heroes. This is a game that's more of a simulation than a game. Not really a simulation like a simulator type game. It's more of a... The gameplay is more planning than actual playing. It actually makes more sense if you're, know what I'm talking about. So, let's figure out what I'm talking about and play this game. Kind of. Sort of. Kind of. This is the game. It's very straightforward and simple on the surface here. You make an army, and you fight other armies with it. That's the game. And the game literally just played itself, and I won. Yay! Experience and items galore. What you didn't see before this was the planning that went into the battle. And that is where this game is actually, interesting and playable, and where people might actually be interested in. I said interesting twice in that sentence, didn't I? Yeah, I think I did. So, let's start simply by saying this game is all about the troops. The troops that you get are put into your army, and your goal is to level those troops up and make them able to fight bigger and bigger armies. Simple enough, but it's actually kind of difficult and slow to start, but, I'll talk about that in a little bit. What we have here is basically the start of this entire game structure. It's all about the units. I have on me a princess warrior. I have 2 archer troop units, because this isn't just a single troop, it's a unit of troops, if you saw earlier. And then we have our sword and shield wielders. This is a special class hero, so that's the reason why there's only one on the battlefield, but she's really, really strong, and it's kind of your general, to say the least. You can have tons of other stuff, but again, I'll get into it. The whole goal is to level your troops up, and to do that, you fight. You also equip them with items and skills. I haven't actually unlocked skills yet down here on the skill hotbar. Ooh, I can select a perk though, because I do have enough money. Let's see, we have 20% more damage, 30% more armor, and 35% more armor. We're gonna go with training on that, and I guess I should probably put some skills into my guys. They die kind of quickly, so let's actually... The 30 and 30, she does that. The archers, well, maybe to dodge or damage. Let's add to damage for these guys, and I don't have enough cash to actually train him again. So we're gonna have to go out and fight some more. But before we do that, let's put some equipment on. I already did. But this shows you that you can make equipment, and there is a crafting system that to that equipment that's almost very reminiscent of Minecraft in its difficulty of knowing. We'll get that to that in a sec, though. But as you can see, every person has an equipment slot just like this. They have their weapon, their armor, head, chest, and boots, and then 2 ring slots. Everyone has the same thing. They may have different weapons, like this guy uses a sword, but this guy has an axe, and I haven't figured out how to make an axe yet. But these guys, though, they use bows, but I crafted 2 bows the same way. I got 2 different types of bows. This one's like 20 and 7 range, but this one over here is 30 and 8 range. I'm not exactly sure why that happened, to be honest. I'm not really sure, but it did. And that's fine. One's better than the other. It works. And this girl has spears. But I don't know how to make spears. Speaking of making spears, to make items, you have to craft items. And, of course, it costs money to do that, but it also costs resources, and each time you fight a battle, you get resources. And then you use those resources to craft weapons, equip them to your people, go back and fight, get more resources, make more things, yada yada yada. It's pretty simple, actually, if you know what the recipes are. I'm still figuring it out. It's very, very, very similar to Minecraft in some of the recipes. See, I just do that, that, and that, and I don't have enough gold to actually create it. But if I did, that would create a sword. If I put the 3 like that, and then the whole string like so, I'd create a bow. Again, no cash, no actual making of a weapon at the moment. But that's how it works. And you can get blueprints for weapons and items. I have yet to find those blueprints, because again, this game's actually kind of slow. And again, I'll get to that in a second. But other than that, this is actually kind of interesting to have this kind of crafting system in this strategy game, because again, the focus isn't the battlefield, isn't on the battlefield, it's the preparing for the battlefield. So I think this actually fits kind of well in that theme of it's your job to prepare the army. To get more recruits for your army, you need to go to the tavern. All the drunken hopefuls are there, and they have no idea what's going to happen to them. Oh god, there's going to be so much blood and gray corpses. What you do is simple. You buy people from the tavern. And as you can see, we got the normal people, we got the army people of, you know, these guys. It tells you what they do. We got their dodgy people. They all have tiny little differences here and there. But then you also seem to have, sometimes, a champion of 3 stars here. And that's worth 600, and I don't even have 100 to my name. But, again, like I said, they're a single type unit that have incredible powers and stuff. So, regeneration. That's actually really good. I might not want to refresh this. And speaking of refreshing, that's what these little things in the bottom are. You can refresh the list. Again, I can't. But you can refresh the list of recruits in order to change up the stock and vary up your army. Because if I'm not interested in getting this kind of stuff, I need different people. But, you know, I can't do that at the moment. You can also spend more money to refresh with higher tier people. So if you're in the late game and you don't want to hire those scrubs, and you do have a lot of cash to spend, you can spend that cash in order to hire higher level people, which is very smart and probably in late game keeps the pace well, even though it's kind of a slow pace. I should probably get into why I keep saying this is a slow game. So, this is the battlefield. It's pretty big. Pretty big. And at the moment, I'm here. I'm very much stuck here, and I will show you why. There are differences in the army's discrepancy, to say the least. The number of army people does matter. They have a slight advantage, or have a very big advantage on me. But they also have better weapons and armor, I think. I even trained my guys, and look at this. I'm, like, all my frontline guys got wiped out. My arrow guys are doing the pinging from the distance, but I still am going to lose because I'm actually not kind of sure. I'm following up correctly, I think, about this game. It's taken a while. I've actually spent about 45 minutes just getting to this point. And luckily you get Okay, maybe not luckily, you gotta only get 1 experience. But still, it took me that long, like this long, to do all that. It's been a slow uphill battle. If you like slow and uphill battles, then that's fine. But, again, I lost. So I have to go back into a weaker fight, say this one. Go back into this fight. See, this one, I can win. I have the number advantage for 1. That's always the best thing to do. And then I also have the talent and damage and armor and stuff. I can wipe this army out, no problem, with few to little casualties. Even though that's at least, like, 1,000 people dead. And the only way to get experience and items and whatnot is to actually win the game. So there's a whole lot of repetitiveness to the process of this game. And while, you know, I can see that being fun for some people, it's not for everyone. And now that I have all that money, I'm going to spend it on the Legolas character and add him to my army. Yes, this is actually something I really, really like, and again, focuses on the whole you're preparing for the army part of the game instead of actually, you know, preparing for playing the fight. So I'm going to take you and place you right here, because you can make your own setup of people here. You can, let's say I want you and you front line, you and you go like that, and you like that. That's stupid, but that's how they'll enter the battle. Right now, though, I want you there, you, and you. This is the easiest setup, I think, of, because, you know, I don't have a lot more people. If I had more people, I'd probably, you know, put more in the front line, have another couple archers in the back, and then have my princess, whoop, right here, charging! But for right now, this is what I have. I like this game, I really do, but again, the pacing is slow. It's gonna take time to ramp up your army, to snowball into that crushing army that you want. I can see once you've hit mid to late game it picking up a little bit, I think. I can't confirm that, being how, you know, back I am, how I'm on the first level, but I can kind of think that's how it can work. I will say, yes, this is a good game, and I would recommend it. The link to it will be in the description below, but I can see this not being for everyone. If you've really liked what you've seen here, you'll enjoy the game. But if this doesn't, like, tickle your fancy, you don't want to put in that much time in order for just, you know, play a 5-minute game, I wouldn't say anything. But I still like this. So, choose. This time I'm actually saying it's your choice in what to play this game. If you do, the link's in the description. If not, there's tons of... Ow. Hit my hand while making my flamboyant motions that no one can see. If you don't like this kind of thing, there are plenty of other games out there that do this kind of stuff, but are a lot quicker. Off the top of my head, I can't think of anything, actually, at the moment. Actually, there is... No, I blanked on the name of that. I can't remember anything off the top of my head. But, nevertheless, third time, links in the description below. This has been Royal Heroes. My name has been Dark Arts. And, oh yeah, there's also magic. I have no idea how this is going to work, but I'm actually probably going to continue playing this game just to figure out, like, what the hell the rest of this stuff does and how to unlock blueprints and do magic and stuff. It's an interesting game. And I'm probably going to spend another 10 minutes or so playing it, but other than that, yeah. Play this game if you want to. If not, it's still cool looking artwork. It actually is really cool looking artwork. Top notch there. But yeah, no. Play it if you want, or not.